Blackhawks give us a banger late night 8:52 p.m. puck drop game in St. Louis. They dog walk the Blues 8-3. I mean, I don't even know where to start here. I guess I just want to read through this box score real quick. Ryan Donato scores. Jason Dickinson scores. Ryan Green, his first NHL goal. Tyler Bertuzzi, 2 points and a goal. Lucas Reichel, 2 goals and 3 points. Turbo got an assist. Frankie Nazar with a goal. Ilya Mikheyev, 2 points, including a goal in this one. Connor Bedard, 3 assists. Even on the back end, Alex Vlasic had 2 apples. And Kaiser, Crevier, Grizzly all got on the board with assists as well. Just a dominant effort from the Blackhawks in St. Louis. I guess just to start with the game script here, we get into the first period, and the first 4 games of this season, the Blackhawks have actually came out pretty slow in the first period. Really, the first period in these first 4 games leading up to this late night puck drop have all been pretty slow. It's been the worst period of the game in pretty much each of the first 4 games. But in this one, they get on the board with 2 goals in the first 6 minutes. The first one was kind of a giveaway from Joel Hofer, the Blues goalie, to Ilya Mikheyev. Just a sloppy turnover from the goalie, played the puck in behind the net and just let Mikheyev basically get a free goal. So, not necessarily the Blackhawks doing great things, but we'll take it any way they can get it. A goal is a goal, and that happened early on in this game. Kind of gave them some momentum, and while the Blues did respond right after that one, Lucas Reichel got on the board to make it a 2-1 game just 6 minutes into this one. Again, this was kind of a softer goal allowed by Hofer. I'm not going to say these were the best Blackhawks goals, but again, they went in. It was a 2-1 game in the Blackhawks' favor. Just 6 minutes into this one, definitely was a better start. They were generating chances. Bertuzzi had a breakaway. Bedard had a semi breakaway. This is all within the first 10 minutes of the game, so they definitely came out stronger to start. There's no question I think definitely their best first period so far this season. Heading into the second, it was a 2-2 tied game, but then the Blackhawks really started to take control and they started to run away with this game. It started with Lucas Reichel's second goal of the night. Early in the second period, he had a deflection off an Alex Vlasic shot. Reichel had himself a game. 3 points, 5 shots, all in just 13 minutes of ice time. Reichel stepping in for Nick Foligno, who was unfortunately out of this game and might be out for a few more games as he stepped away from the team to deal with a personal I think there was a procedure within his family. So prayers out to him, obviously. But Reichel stepping in his place really showed out for himself, finally seized an opportunity. He was so good tonight. 2 goals in this one, including an assist that he tallied on later in the game. But that gave the Blackhawks a 3-2 lead. And then right after that, the Blackhawks scored again on a Frank Nazar beautiful goal. This was probably the highlight of the game, and there were a lot of highlights for the Blackhawks. I think if you're watching this video, you probably have already seen that goal, so I don't need to describe everything that happened in that sequence, but that was it was a crazy move by Nazar to score the goal just to start off with. He tumbled into the net, and then there was a bit of a scrum. The Blues were kind of salty that the Blackhawks were starting to stomp on their throats, per se, kind of take control of the game. They caused a big scrum after that one, and then Frank just steps out of the scrum to celebrate. That was a hilarious moment, but Nazar made it a 4-2 game on that beautiful, beautiful goal. One of the highlights, probably one of the better goals we'll see this season. And look, Frankie Nazar's just been a highlight machine, clip farmer per se, early on in this season. But he's bringing up a bunch of national attention to the Blackhawks. He scored, in this game on national television. He had in the opener that was also on national television. He had that breakaway goal. He's just bringing a bunch of eyes to the Blackhawks. There was a lot of post-game talk on the TNT panel about Frankie Nazar. He was interviewed before and after the game. So he's really becoming another big star next to Connor Bedard. He's getting a ton of media attention, which is awesome to see. He's been so good for the Blackhawks, really stepping it up this season. And honestly, I said before the season, I was trying to keep my expectations low. I wasn't buying necessarily he was going to get a 30-goal season, we're 5 games in, so anything can happen. I think it might be a little too extreme, but man, he looks so good. It feels like 30 is easily in reach. I guess that's all I'll say for now, because again, don't want to get my expectations too high, but man, he has been awesome to start this season. It was 5-2 Blackhawks heading into the third period after Jason Dickinson scored. Then Ryan Donato started off the third right away with a goal of his own as he knocked home a rebound in front. It was, 6-2 at this point. Then Bedard Beautiful play on the power play, just a nifty Connor Bedard pass. He had 3 assists in this game, and this was probably the best one. He fired it over to Teuvo Teravainen, who ripped a one-timer that was tipped in by Tyler Bertuzzi, which made it 7-2. Blues got one back off a little fluky goal, and then Ryan Green picked up his first NHL goal late in the third period, which ended up being the final Blackhawks goal, the 8th Blackhawks goal of this game, and really good to see that for Green. He's been really, really solid, stepping up kind of unexpectedly almost. He was projected to start the year in the AHL. He was sent down, but then had to be recalled because Landon Slaggers missed the start of this season. So he stepped into the role, played really solid, really good, honestly. Bottom pair, fourth line, I should say, minutes so far to start this season, and has stepped up when his number has been called. So it's really nice to see him be rewarded and get a goal, his first NHL goal in this game. We're approaching midnight here in Chicago as I'm recording this video, so my brain's not really flowing as good as it has in previous videos and in earlier hours, so I don't even know really where to take this video, what else to add. I think a quick note I do want to add, looking at this box score, was that the Blackhawks for the first time this season won in the faceoff department. They won 55% of draws in this one. Bedard was 50%, Nazar over 50%, Dickinson 68.8% of his draws in this game. Really been big having him back. I said it after last game, and I'm going to say it again here. Dickinson is a very valuable piece in this bottom six, and honestly, I didn't really realize how valuable he would be heading into this season, and he's really showing that he is a very, very valuable piece to this team, and especially in the face-off department. I think that's all I have to add here, but I am going to go through what you guys, your guys' takeaways from this game. Again, I post on Twitter after all the games at Blackhawks Focus. You guys can let me know your takeaways. We'll talk about them here in the video. Actually, I got a couple of these saying that we're winning the cup this year, and I absolutely love the enthusiasm. But to be honest, this has been one of the best efforts to start a season in at least 4, 5, 6, maybe even plus years. I mean, they've played really good in all 5 games this season. Their 3 losses to start were all 1-goal games. They win the game in Utah. Now they dominate this game in St. Louis. I mean, realistically, they could easily be 5-0, probably like 4-1 at least. I mean, we're talking that Boston game, the game's on Bedard's stick. If he buries that breakaway, then, the Blackhawks get a win there. What was that third game? The Montreal game, they lose that one with 15 seconds left. That's another one that was totally winnable. I mean, and if this team's 4-1, coming out 4-1, we're, our expectations are even higher. We're talking even more about this team. So I don't want to let some of the losses even understate how good this team has played to start this season. Like, they literally could be 5, and they've played well enough probably to be 5-0 or at least 4-1 to start this season. So yeah, I absolutely love the enthusiasm, and honestly, sure, I'll jump on the wagon after tonight's win. We are winning the cup for sure. Next one here says this team is very capable of taking the next step of being competitive and tinkering with the playoff spot. The talent is there, and they're really growing as individuals. Super refreshing, more games like this. And how about Reichel? Yeah, honestly, I don't even know what to say about Reichel other than it was just such a good game for him, and he finally jumped on an opportunity. Really hoping we get a further look at him, and hopefully this gave him more opportunities here over the next coming games, especially with Foligno out and Slaggert still hurt. And yeah, I mean, I don't want to overreact to a real good game, but the team definitely looks better. There's no questioning. There's just a better aura around the team this year to start this year than there has been in years past. I definitely can see them jumping up the standings. I mentioned, before the season, there was a possibility this team is ahead of schedule, and they certainly do look at least a bit ahead of schedule here to start. So, I don't think we can rule anything out at this point in the season. Blashill was a fantastic hire to jumpstart the kids and shape this team into winners. 100% agree with this one. I was a little I don't know what word I should use here, but suspect of Jeff Blashill when the hire was announced, but I didn't know much about him. I was kind of going in with an open mind, but wasn't sure how it was going to work out. And I have to say, I really love the hire so far. He really looks like the perfect guy right now to lead this team and really build this team up. So I feel like KD killed it with this Blashill hire. He feels like the perfect guy right now. Really like what he's done with this team. Genuinely wondering how long it's been since the Blackhawks have been 500. I mean, it's got to be, 4 years at least? Probably 4 or 5 years, maybe. I don't know, man, but this has probably been their best start and even longer than that. I don't know exactly. I don't have the exact number, but they're looking really good here to start. It's very exciting to watch. Confidence is high, vibes are high. The team shows up ready to play every game, even if we don't win. A new culture is being built, and now it's showing. Still have more room for growth, but before we're truly competitive. But I think we're seeing the steps being taken. Fun game. I think that's very well said. Really depicts my thoughts as well there. They came onto the ice with something to prove. Last they played St. Louis on a national broadcast was the Winter Classic. They set out to redeem themselves. They did precisely that. Yeah, that's what Frank Nazar said after the game. He referenced specifically that Winter Classic game from last year that was, an embarrassment for the Blackhawks. And this one, they come out on national television and embarrass the Blues. So real nice response. Definitely feel like that was something mentioned pregame or something that was at least on a lot of the players' mind from last year. High effort everywhere by everyone. Soderblom was okay. The vibes were through the roof. They were fun to watch. Yeah, I actually didn't get to mention Arvid, who stopped 23 out of 26 shots. I thought he was good. Again, there weren't a lot of, kind of like last game, weren't a lot of high quality chances generated by the Blues. Now, Soderblom did have at least one or two, grade A saves. But as opposed to the first 3 games of this season, the Blackhawks didn't need their goalies to make these highlight reel saves like multiple times per period over these past 2 games, which is a good thing, I think. Soderblom, was solid in this one. Did let up 3 goals, but a few of them weren't really his fault, especially that third one was I think it hit off Wyatt Kaiser or something and bounced in. So Soderblom was very solid, just like last night or a couple days ago. Just very solid performances and did enough to get the win. So good for Arvid. Yeah, definitely vibes are through the roof right now. This has been a really fun team to watch. Are the Blackhawks like the 2015 Cubs? Now, I can't say I remember specifically the 2015 Cubs, but in terms of probably being better than expected, I think there is a good chance they can be. Last one here says Kyle Davidson Winers can't legally enjoy this win. Yeah, shout out to the KD haters because I don't know what they're thinking now, but KD's done a really good job, made some really good picks, and I've really liked. Look at Dickinson, look at McKayev, look at Burakovsky. These are all cap dumps that are really having a big impact on the team. So even though there have been a few misses, I think overall KD's been really good. But that's probably a topic that can be expanded upon in a future video, not in this one. Just overall, what a game this was. Blackhawks back in action on Friday versus Vancouver. And how can you not be excited for the next Blackhawks game? They've given us just 5 banger games to start off this season. Win or loss, these games have been so fun to watch, and I'm very much enjoying it. I'm sure a lot of you guys are. Let me know your thoughts on this game, takeaways from this game in the comments. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one.